There, I think I got the right volume. Oh, man. What a week on return. The first full work week, I'm drained. And I'm tired of just reaching in my pants pocket, feeling my leg.
Well,
this is Sam's Amigos. I'm TJ. That's Adam. And we literally don't know if anybody else is going to show up today.
Who knows?
Welcome one, welcome all. Last night, we have got to talk about last night. First of all, let's start with congratulations to Bree and Brady on your wedding.
Yep,
good luck,
guys.
Good luck. You are braver than I am because you have done something I refuse to do.
Let's hope they tied that knot tight.
I really hope they did.
Yeah.
When I met them at the meet and greet, they seemed like they were extremely happy. And I'm like, yeah, no. There's only one that can talk me into that again. And otherwise, yeah, no. Just no. Not going to do it. But now, Bree and Brady's wedding day, though, will now forever go down in memory as the day that the President of the United States also decided to take out multiple nuclear enrichment facilities within Iran.
Yeah.
We now have a situation. I honestly do. I am concerned. I'm not going to say I'm worried yet, but I am concerned. This nuclear strike, or this strike at the nuclear enrichment facilities that the president ordered, was already warned against. And the warning was Iran stated they would attack, but not only would they attack, they would attack on mainland soil.
Okay.
That has been made extremely clear already once. So now, I mean, I've got to be very frank about it. I am concerned. With that being stated, and with me living this close to the border, where's the first target?
Yeah.
And but it was three different locations. Their main enrichment facility in Fordo, I believe, is what it was.
Yeah.
Let me bring up the article again.
Yeah, there was three. So.
Yeah, I know there was three of them. Like I said, here we go. Fordo. Man, now they're out there telling exactly how they did it. No, that's even more insane.
Yeah.
All right. I'll go with the BBC. Okay, it's the BBC reported that President Trump says that the U.S. has carried out a successful bombing attack on 3 nuclear sites in Iran, and they have been obliterated. On Sunday, the Pentagon said it will take time to fully assess the effects of the attack, though it appears that all sites sustained extremely severe damage. Israel said they were in full coordination with the U.S. in planning the strikes. Iranian officials have confirmed that the facilities were struck, but denied it had suffered a major blow. The three facilities that were targeted were Fordo, Natanz, and Isfahan.
Yeah, it's the Fordo Fuel Enrichment Plant,
Right.
the Natanz Enrichment Complex, and Isfahan Nuclear Technology Center.
So, I mean, that is basically three of the areas they had set up for building or creating a nuclear weapon. Now taken out. I do know that the Iranian prime minister has come back and said they will not return to the negotiating table at this time. They will continue to talk over, email and things of that nature. And here's the big one. They want a return to the Obama era status quo before they even sit down and discuss.
Yeah.
Now, as you will recall, or as many people will recall, that was during President Obama's, during his tenure as president, he actually gave money to Iran on multiple occasions to help them along with the development of their nuclear program. And they would not be in the position they were in now if it was not for those concessions.
Yeah.
Just before the aircraft entered Iranian airspace, more than 24 Tomahawk cruise missiles were launched from a U.S. submarine at targets at the Isfahan site. The rest was taken and done by B-2 bomber, which the bombers set off from the U.S. on an 18-hour flight with some heading west into the Pacific as a decoy, while the main strike package made up of the 7 B-2s proceeded into Iran.
Okay.
Of course, these three facilities are they are enough of a distance away that if any nuclear fallout made its way to Tehran, it's going to be very minimal. But that they said that it's each one is in a remote mountainside. Fordo, the nuclear site, includes a uranium enrichment plant that's vital to Iran's nuclear ambitions, and it is located south of Tehran, believed to be deeper underground than the Channel Tunnel connecting the UK and France.
Wow.
Due to the depth, the U.S. had to use the bunker buster bombs big enough to actually penetrate the site.
Okay.
So, I mean, hi, Irene.
Hi, Irene.
We are dealing with a situation of an epic proportion at this point with the strike on Iran and what happened last night. And yes, twisted in my mind as it was, I was sitting there, I was reading and watching all this unfold, and at the same time, I'm like, this is going to be the reminder of Brady and Bree's wedding.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Did they get married this weekend?
They got married yesterday.
Oh, that's so exciting. Congratulations, guys, if you're watching. I'm so happy for you. You're a cute little couple. Sorry.
So they got married, and then Trump attacked Iran. It's like, wow. It is.
They didn't start the fire. Or maybe they did.
Start the fire.
Maybe they did. You never know.
Right now, this world's a dumpster fire. I mean,
It's been that way for like as long as I've lived, I think. I feel like it
Yeah.
has. But I just try to
Or-
find the little sparks of joy and hope.
Oh, Irene, I have to show you some stuff later. If you
Okay.
you have time to stay on after the show, I have stuff I need to show you.
Oh yeah, I got time. I've already thrown
Well,
food at
Bubba
his
the Baker,
children.
of course, Bubba the Baker finds a way to make it completely perverted. He says his bunker bomb always penetrates the site.
Nice. Rock on, dude. Rock on. Efficiency
So,
for the win.
lighter news today. Well, today is my dad's 73rd birthday.
73rd.
73.
Wow.
So Riley and I had to call my dad, but we were up a little early today. I'm a little wore out, but we were up a little early because Riley got his chance for the first time to go on a boat.
Oh,
Go
my
on
goodness.
a boat.
Yep.
A boat.
Okay.
We went out on
Where's
the
he
lake.
going on a boat where you live? On the lake?
Oh, we've got Lake LBJ right here. So
Okay.
we went on the lake. And then he got to go tubing today as well.
Okay.
Tubing is so much. That is exciting. Like, especially your first time. Like, did they go until he got thrown off?
No, he hung on. Now, of course, we kept the throttle down his first time on the tube, made sure he was okay. Me, I've been on a tube, God, 100 times, So what's a friend of mine do that owns the boat?
Yep, taking you over the wakes. And
he's sending me over the wakes. He's doing
down.
the loops. He's trying to do everything he can. I mean, Riley goes, Dad, you got airborne at least twice. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. Okay, cool.
You didn't feel it on your ass?
No, I was laying on my stomach. The way you had,
Oh.
that's the way you had to do that. Ride on that tube. Was like you're hanging on like Superman.
Okay.
Superman at home.
But man, I mean, he started doing the loop and just ramping me right off of it, right off of it, right off of it, and then right up in the air. And that was it. I had to let go. What's happening, Tom?
What's up, Tom?
I think Tom is in the process of moving.
Oh, you think so? Is it working out that well?
I think it. I'm hoping it went well.
Hi, Lori.
Yep. See, Lori's still there. I hope it went well. I think they made just a cute couple at the meet and greet.
Did they? Did they go to that meet and greet? That's nice.
They did, and we had a lot of fun. It was a good time. I really think Tom is preparing to. I think he's taking measurements on where he could put all of his stuff in Lori's house now.
Oh, he's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's got like the tape measure out. Like, well, maybe I could sell that.
Might be worth it. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe he's looking like, where do I put my mom? You never know.
The nursing home.
How's it going, Lori? But yeah, I
That's
think
from my experience where I would put my parents if they tried to come live with me, I'd be like, no.
Nursing home, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Or assisted living.
Right.
Maybe garage if they really feel homeless.
Garage.
Yeah. There's only a couple nice.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
There's a mini fridge.
You can
put
stay
a
a
bucket
couple
in there.
nights
That could
in
be
the
their
garage.
toilet.
That's okay.
It's
Here,
like
I've got
a hostage situation. I'm just
do you have a reclining wheelchair so they can get in and out of there too?
I have a recliner chair actually out there that we got from Brad's mom's place when we, because she moved and she left the chair and she left the bed. So we took the bed, we obviously deep cleaned it, and then we turned it into a bed for my son. So now he has his own bed with like Sonic shit on it, and then the chair's still just sitting in the garage because we haven't decided what to do with it. But I was like, well, don't throw it away. Like, use it for something. I don't know what. Maybe Christmas. Like when we're all out there by the tree and we could sit we could pull both the recliners out and sit back there.
Well, I mean, my dad was a mechanic, so he spent so much time in the garage that like there's no room in that garage now to put a car.
So yes, Bubba the Baker, we agree.
Thank you.
But he had like an alcohol fridge, a urinal, multiple toolboxes, a coffee maker, a stove.
He had the whole shebang.
Yeah, nuclear. A TV up on the wall. Back in the day when you had landlines, there was a phone out there. 2 work tables, a forklift, chairs.
Forklift.
Yeah, he's got a forklift in his garage.
God.
But I mean, that's how my dad was. Like, he had
What
all
did he
his
do with
stuff
that
in.
thing?
Well, he got the forklift from his job, and he got it pretty cheap. He uses it as a work table.
A work table?
The stain said, Tom, that he has a family emergency and he could not be on tonight.
Yeah.
He's got diarrhea.
I was thinking it was more like he was probably pressured by other people. You don't need to be on that show.
Oh, really?
I mean, I could see that, but you know, I try to work with Steve a lot. I know that I'm hoping it was not anything serious.
Yeah.
But he did reach out before the show and he said, "Hey, family emergency, I cannot be on tonight."
Yeah.
And of course, we don't have Fat 420 tonight because all his stuff is packed.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's moving, right? Yeah, I think I read that. Like, I peeked in and I was like, what's going on over here?
It's like he's trying. With the heat and the lack of help.
Yeah.
It's making it a little bit more difficult. So
yep.
We
So
should have done like a GoFundMe and we could hire someone to move the shit for him.
God, if I had the time to raise the money, but I mean, if I did a GoFundMe,
like had I known in advance that he was moving, like had I paid attention, we could have done something like that, and I think we could have got like enough money to have people come in and do it professionally.
Yeah, and honestly, with everything that 420's got going on, yeah, Bubba, we all do. We hope Steve is okay. Everything's fine. I told him to keep us posted. I have not seen anything or heard anything since from him, but I really do. I hope he keeps us posted and lets us know what's going on. For his sake, I really hope it's not his mom.
Yeah, that would be really bad.
I feel like that would really wreck him.
I really think it would send him down the weed rabbit hole.
We'd have to be like high alert for a long time on Steve alert, like Steve watch.
Yeah.
Well, I think Steve would be. No, you know what? No, I'm not even going to make that joke. Steve would be emotionally distraught if something happened with his mom. He really would. Lori's right. Bubba the Baker.
Yeah.
Bubba the Baker should have went and helped Fat 420 move. He's right there.
Yeah.
It's not too late, Bubba. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge.
You know, I think that would have been a big help. Oh, man. Y'all have to bear with me a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. But we did. We had a good time out there on the water today. Of course, I sent a video to my ex-wife and had sent one to a very important young lady in my life. Showed them Riley on the tube for the first time. And that was entertaining for me because he looked like he's hanging on for dear life. Like,
was it a good time? Was it really torture? Who's to say?
I'm waiting for the call from his mother. How dare you allow our son to do something that dangerous? I'm just waiting for it. What?
She said it was awesome.
Oh. Okay, I guess she reached out to him and said it was awesome.
Okay.
Corey says they got Boogaloo boys all over the U.S. just waiting for someone to FAFO, fuck around and find out.
What are Boogaloo boys, though? I don't know.
In other words, somebody comes in, they want to start something, we'll finish it. I'm not worried about that. I am concerned about an attack in an area a lot like 9/11. Where and being caught with our pants down again.
We got into a slap.
That Bubba, you make a good point. I think I need to reach out to 420 and say, hey, if he lets you know that you might he's going to be moved. The move got canceled. He waited and tried, and they didn't have any help, and it got canceled. So now he's got to push it out another week.
Yeah.
To next weekend to get the move done. So Bubba the Baker, if you've got time, reach out to Fat 420 and talk to him about possibly helping him out with his move. He really needs the help.
Where's
Yeah,
he
I
moving
think-
to?
What's that?
Where's he moving to?
He's moving to Peoria. So, and he's going to be living next to Ghetto Walmart.
Ghetto Walmart.
Oh yeah, that's where all the
I
drug
know what that
dealers go.
means. I lived in Newport Richie once. We had a ghetto Walmart.
Yep.
That one is really ghetto.
Oh no, you don't even know how ghetto this
Like
one
they
is.
don't even get mad when drug
That's
addicts go in and shoplift that one.
I was thinking about ghetto malls, and there was one mall down in Florida. I think it was called the University Mall, but oh my gosh. I've never felt uncomfortable in a mall before until I went to there. I felt just so out of place. Like, I'm like,
I've been in a couple of places where I'm like, why am I here?
Yeah. Yeah, I
But-
think we all have that from time to time.
Oh yeah. Now I fully intended to do Thursday's show, but I literally had nobody. That's right. That's right, Corey. Walmart on University. What is it with ghetto stores being near or on a university or something?
Exactly.
Wow. I just caught
Because
that.
I just said the mall was called University Mall, and it was
Yeah.
near sort of USF. I want to say it was over that way.
But yeah, that old ghetto mart. I mean, and it no joke. Like I have seen meth heads walk out of there carrying stuff, and they don't get busted
Mhm.
because they're, it's that they don't even put the good stuff in that Walmart,
Well,
and that's
Okay.
pretty bad when they're putting like Aldi style or Dollar Tree style stuff in that Walmart because they know it's going to get ripped off.
Yeah. Well, I
Mhm.
mean, now like the Walmart policy is they're not supposed to stop you. They can attempt to slow you down, but they're not supposed to engage it if it could turn violent. So they'll just let them go, and then they'll turn the video over to the police and let them handle it.
Right.
It never
As
goes anywhere.
as they kind of probably
Yeah.
should for their safety. That's why that's in place. 'Cause
Well, I
it's
would
the same thing,
imagine
like,
it's more for
at a grocery
the insurance for the stores.
right.
If they make
Well,
that policy,
ultimately,
their
yeah,
insurance
it's about
gets
money,
a little
but
cheaper.
I think they care a little bit about their employees' lives. And
No,
at
I
least them
don't.
to
I
risk
used
their
to work
lives
for-
for their. Oh, you don't think so?
I don't. I used to work for Walmarts, and I know
My
better.
brother used to work there too for a long time, and my
I used to
stepdad
work there too.
and a boyfriend of mine.
Walmarts and Lennon do not care about your health at all. They want you there to be a drone.
Yep.
I
I actually have a
product
Walmart
on the shelf. Chick, chick, click, click, twist, twist, boom.
Yep,
I don't
pretty much.
even switch it up because I don't give a fuck.
Yep, pretty much. And you know what? And I'll tell you, here's the funny part is like, I literally do everything I can to avoid a Walmart. I really do. I hate Walmart stores. Hey, Kathy, how's it going?
Hey, guys.
Um, I hate Walmart stores, so I try to avoid them at all costs. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's the thing. Like, I will go to HEB. HEB is our local grocery chain in Texas. I will go to HEB. Okay. I will go to Ace Hardware. I will go literally to any other store. The ones that I use here, I'm greeted by people. They're happy. They treat you worth a damn. There is a positive response. I go into Walmart, and the first look I get from the greeter is, "What the fuck are you doing here?"
Yeah, right.
Everybody
get your
is
shit
too
and get out.
busy. Everybody is too busy. Everybody is an ass. There is no time to no one. They cannot be bothered with anything. It's terrible.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, you find like a good one, and you're like, you're working in the wrong place, honey.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Like, do you want to
How
come
are
work at
you
the
here?
lights?
Yeah, like
And
at
if you
our
want an
Walmart,
example, if you want an honest example of how people really are at Walmart, look at Carla. She bitches at me for not calling, but then when I call, she don't answer the phone. Fuck off, lady.
She's
Like,
gonna come on
that's
here
just
and
the Walmart attitude. I'm supposed to do everything for you?
Well, yeah, you're supposed to go in, get your stuff, go to the self-checkout, check out yourself, and then leave.
Yeah. I
Preferably
don't
as
get a
quickly as
paycheck.
possible. Yeah.
Now, HEB over here has not put in self-checkout. They still hire cashiers.
Well, no, now
I
there's
feel
like one cashier over like 8 self-checkout.
Yeah, it's
or
like
more, like
Yeah.
the whole self-checkout session.
Mhm.
Hmm.
like if I've got to scan my own shit to leave, I should get a paycheck.
Or a very heavy discount.
I should get a discount or a paycheck or something.
It's like, okay, Julie and I deliver for Walmart. We don't even get a discount there.
And that's bullshit.
Like there's not a discount on just goods in general. There's not a discount on fuel. There's not a discount on oil changes on the vehicle we use. Nothing.
Nothing. But they want you to go in and do all this shit for them.
Well, yeah, TJ, how often have you called me and I've been on a run for Walmart?
Yeah. Oh God. 6-7 days a week now.
Yeah.
Bubba the Baker says he likes CVS and peeking over Walgreens because the pharmacist at CVS is hot.
Yeah.
Everybody's
enough.
got a
Bubba just wants to fill the pharmacist's prescription, you know.
right.
I like Walgreens better, but that's just me thing.
Well, is there a guy with a big sausage at the Walgreens that you want to
No,
see?
I don't use their pharmacy. I just go in and grab like sometimes they have like good deals on candy or like just like miscellaneous items. I'll have like a buy one get one half off or that kind of thing. Drinks for like a car ride type thing.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, Catherine's saying that they down here they want a tip. Where first of all, where is down
At a
here?
Walmart?
Yeah, and Bubba the Baker says he always goes to a cashier, but it's mostly to flirt. I guess she's talking about like the Walmart delivery drivers always want.
The delivery drivers,
yeah.
like if Julie and I have like 3 stops, Walmart might give us like $20 for 3 stops. Now, the price of it can go up depending upon how much the mileage is, but usually if it increases, it's because there are tips.
Right.
But those aren't confirmed until after you're done, and then they can either take them away or increase them or keep them the same. So,
See,
yeah,
I don't have a problem with tipping people who deliver to me. That's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, Taylorville.
yep, that's us, Kathy.
Yes, she says Taylorville. I don't have a problem with tipping people who do a good job for me. Like my DoorDash people, if I'm ordering through them, I always tip them, and it's always at least 20%.
It's always at least the tip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They always at least get the tip.
Just as long as they don't catch the shaft.
Hey, Ty, yes, it is fucking hot up there. I've been
Yes.
monitoring that.
Quite. It's very rare, but this show I'm going without pants.
Wow, Steve, you've slimmed down a little bit.
That's right. Those pre-prepared salads I do every day seem to really
Is
be
that what
working,
it is?
I almost didn't wear pants, but then I was like, what if I accidentally stand up and everyone sees my undies?
Well, then
I think you would have a lot of people on here drooling.
I'm sure our viewership would skyrocket.
Yes. I'm
Once
sure
they
I would.
heard.
I would spend the next week arguing with Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. No, really, there was nothing there that was derogatory to anyone, and I would end up with that argument for a while.
Mm.
But no. I mean, today was nice. I mean, we got it when we launched the boat today. It was about 84 at 9:00 this morning.
It's disgusting. You know that, right?
Yeah, but on the water, it felt
Yeah,
great.
that's true.
Now, Ty says, Adam, are you at least wearing underwear? And is it
Oh,
clean?
yeah. I'm wearing underwear. I'm
Great
sitting on my
question.
bed, where the magic happens and stuff. So yeah.
No, BTB. She's not standing up.
He's like,
Yeah. He was
But no, so here's the fun part of this. Okay, I've got to tell about this. We've stopped now. Of course, I don't own a pair of shorts or swim trunks or anything like that anymore. I don't have them.
why?
Um,
Never mind.
I rarely have a chance to wear shorts. I'm riding the motorcycle, which requires pants, or I'm going out, which I just prefer to wear pants most of the time. I don't own any shorts anymore.
Yeah.
Well, here we are to go swimming. I'm wearing jeans and a t-shirt.
Oh my god.
My son goes, oh, well, those are brand new Wranglers. You ain't jumping on with those on. I'm like, nope, you're right. I am not. So I dropped my pants and I jumped into my boxers.
Yep.
Of course, he is at that point mortified. Corey says, Irene, he wouldn't care if you stood up with no pants on. In fact, he'd love it.
Thank you. I appreciate the compliment.
But don't worry, Corey. It would probably not be Irene that stands up with no pants on. It'll probably be Adam.
No,
Nah.
it won't. I'm way too careful
Oh,
for that.
babe. Oops. Oops.
So I jump in, boxers,
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
son's going, oh my God, I cannot believe you did that. Then I get on the tube and my boxers.
Mhm.
Yeah, what does it matter though? Like,
I'm like, I'm wearing boxers, so what?
I've gone to the beach in a bra before because I didn't have my bathing suit with me, but my bra was like decorative enough. I was like, this could pass as like a bikini. I only got a couple weird looks. They're like, what the fuck are you doing in that bra? Like,
All the rest of the
Oh.
looks involve drooling and stuff.
Yeah, Some of those people were very difficult to even identify looks with what was bulging on them. Irene's laughing because she's like, you're right. But no, yeah, that was kind of my joke for the day was, there's my kid. He's like, you're not going to do it. You won't do it. My pants come off and I jump in and just my boxers. He's like, I cannot believe you did that shit.
Watch me, child.
And I'm like, watch your
me.
fucking mouth. And yes, I did.
We're genetics. We do everything except
Like
for
some of my
iPods. You
Some
idiot.
of my favorite times swimming has all been showing the girl I was with how to skinny dip.
Oh, well, that's
Oh,
always
you were teaching her?
fun.
Usually
Corey
people are kind of wary about skinny dipping. So
Corey says that his money is on Steve being most likely to stand up with no pants on. After all, he's already done it on other shows.
True.
he has set a precedent there.
Yes, he has. Maybe Fat 420 would be the one that stands up wearing nothing but tighty whities. I mean,
I bet he would.
Well, if the rest of it's packed up, yeah.
Imagine if he moves in his tidy whities.
I don't want to imagine him moving in his
Yeah,
tighty whities.
no.
I really don't.
No.
My bad. Sorry. I always have these like really extreme thoughts in my head.
It's okay.
I'm glad I'm not included in some of those.
You don't know that.
You're just not included in that one.
I'm not included in the discussion when it comes to that. Yeesh.
Please.
But yeah, you guys are gonna have to excuse me a second. I did not even get a drink. We came in, we ate dinner, and I'm like, I'm gonna lay down and take a nap before the show. I got up 5 minutes before the show to start everything. I didn't even get something to drink before this started, so I've got to get something to drink here.
All right,
You
grab
should have told me. I would have started the show.
Well, I got it taken care of, so give me just a second.
All right.
Well, you
Sorry.
guys discuss me jumping into the lake with nothing but my boxers, I guess.
No.
What do we
that's
think
okay.
the most embarrassing thing that happened to him on that tube was? Do you think
Um,
his pants fell off at one point because of like he said he was on his belly, so the water's gonna get like in the boxers, isn't it? And like pull it off if you're going super fast.
It depends. I mean,
No, he
on
wasn't
the
wearing
raft?
pants. I'm just kidding.
well, yeah. Well, I mean, he is an old man after all. But No, I don't think it would have pulled it down depending upon the raft. If his waist down was hanging off the raft, then it could have. And it would have been funny, but not something I want to think about.
Yeah.
I'm sure it would have been very embarrassing for Riley.
Little tubes.
Yeah.
I used to love that. Like I said, when I used to go down in Florida, your turn wasn't over until like you fell off. So you'd
Okay.
either have to let go and they'd come back and pick you up,
Yeah.
or you get thrown off. And so many people would go so freaking high. I was like, I don't want to go super high in the sky and like fall on my back and like almost die. Like,
Yeah.
it's not something I want to do. But I would ride my my skateboard off of a tiki bar into a pool.
Well,
So there's
there you
that.
go. And that's just fun as long as you're planning it out that way.
Yep.
No, I always enjoyed floating down rivers.
Like a lazy
Like in
river.
Yeah, kind of, except for it's just
Mhm.
a normal river. The one I usually go to is near
Yeah.
near the dam in Shelbyville. My dad has a
Okay.
campsite down there, so I'll float down the Kaskaskia River.
Nice.
Yeah, and because the water's coming off of the dam, it moves pretty quick.
Yeah.
So, but it's always 55 degrees because they take the water from the bottom of the lake.
Okay.
So-
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
even though it feels like 104 here, the water's 55 degrees.
No, that's extra freezing. I'd be like in shock. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, once you get used to it, though, and
Yeah.
when only part of you's in it and the other part's out in the sun, it cools
Yeah.
you down,
There you go.
and it can keep your beer cold too. I've seen people float down.
They
and,
got
like,
their
the
beer in the
inflatable
water here floating
pools.
next to them. They got like the little koozie that floats, like, or like their
Well,
their
no,
thing
I've seen
has like beer things to hold them.
I've seen people float down on air mattresses and
Mhm.
inflatable pools
Oh
and
my
stuff.
god!
Yeah,
Group-
it's
group float.
crazy.
Woo! I wonder
Yeah,
if it holds
so-
like a whole group of people. Like if you get like one of those big pools, how many people that might hold? Actually,
Corey's got a good point. The sooner my kid realizes my sole mission in life is to embarrass him his entire life, the easier life will be.
Yeah, just accept
Sure.
it and take it. Like a man.
Yeah. My dad did it to me. Now it's my turn to do it to him. I'm-
my daughters
and-
snap at me. They're like, I'm like, oh, I'm just being a parent.
And
Calm down.
eventually he will be old enough and have kids of his own, and then he can embarrass them.
A family tradition, really.
Yes, you're supposed to carry that.
Tradition.
It's been carried down from the Neanderthals.
Yeah.
That is the job of the parent. You must embarrass your children.
I try to do it frequently. Now, even to my stepkids.
Oh, yeah,
So-
you got to. You have
Yeah.
to. You
Feist.
absolutely have to. Oh, man. All right, so let's see. Where was I? Oh, I got my ass chewed Friday.
Okay.
I got my ass chewed. And it was the nicest ass chewing ever.
Aw.
Oh, so no teeth then. Okay.
Well, so I was running sludge Friday.
Okay.
Now, for those of you that don't know, the company that I work for, I am either in the semi that runs sludge or I'm in one of the trucks I normally run hauling dumpsters. Sludge is what is removed from a porta potty before it is cleaned and restocked and ready to be utilized again as a clean porta potty. Okay.
So it'd be like the blue liquid and fecal material and whatever else has fallen down the hole.
You got it, man. So, yeah, I was
Okay,
hauling
okay.
that. Literally, I was hauling shit.
Mhm.
I spent the whole day, and it probably smelled worse than Steve's bathroom. Well, I started having problems out of the truck on my last reload. And what happened is it was not generating vacuum. So I was getting leaks. I had a leaking hose. It was not generating the vacuum it needed to pull the sludge and the blue goo into the trailer. And of course, then it's leaking and it stinks. And I'm out there fighting it and 107-degree heat index
Blech.
on the blacktop.
So you're baking from both ways, from the top and from the bottom.
And I ended up sweating out every single last drop of water that I had drank that day. I dehydrated myself. So rather than being allowed to clock out and come home and get on the bike and come home and get into my air conditioner, I was instead directed into our human resources lady's office. Sat down on a couch, and I started getting handed water. By the way, anybody who says that Propel is good stuff, they're full of shit. That shit tastes like straight fucking salt. No way.
I know Gatorade tastes like ground up glucose tabs.
I don't
like
drink
in water.
Things
It's
just because it's too sweet.
Ready.
Like, ugh.
I'm like,
drinking Kool-Aid.
I'm like, just give me straight water. Don't give me any of that other crap. Yeah. Just give me the water. My body will produce its own electrolyte. Give me the fucking water.
Yeah.
I was running the truck that took what the honey pot trucks emptied, and it loaded it up to take it to the dump. So, I ended up sitting there and drinking like 4 bottles of water before I'm even allowed to leave.
And you're trying to look out for your health then,
Well, and they would not let me clock out. I could not go off duty. You are sitting here rehydrating. And from what my boss said, I walked in and I was beat red. Like I had been sunburned, beat red. And she goes,
heat stroke almost.
And she's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm dehydrated. I need to sit down." And I knew it. I mean, I flat knew it, I've been there before. I know what it's about. I know how I feel when I'm there. Like, no, I need to sit the fuck down right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh, please tell me Sheldon's not getting laid. Oh, no, it's Stuart. Ah!
What type of porn are you watching in front of your son, TJ?
He's watching it. It's a Big Bang Theory. He's got it on the TV.
Yeah.
Oh, the Big Bang Theory.
Yeah,
okay.
right.
I get it.
Now he's reaching to change it from... He's gotten his own account on Amazon now. His thing is like, I'm going to turn on Beavis and Butthead or Rick and Morty or something also just completely retarded,
And he is a boy, so,
You better turn that down if you're going to turn that on.
Why?
Because I told you to.
Yeah. That's a solid reason. You can't
fight that
logic.
You can't argue against that. Like, because I said so.
Okay, that's fine.
That's one of my favorite things. Because I said so. Okay. I ain't got time to think about coming up with like a reason. It's just a reason. Just do it.
I like the whole thing. It's my house. You do what I say.
Yeah. But then they say, no, it's Daddy's house. It's like, no, my name is on that mortgage too. It is my house as well.
So no, while I'm sitting there, I get a text and from young lady friend of mine, and she, hey, how's it going? And I ended up telling her the truth. I'm like, I really don't want to tell you this, but here, I'm going to tell you the truth. This is what's going on. And she goes, you better start taking better care of yourself. And I'm going, shit.
I mean, yeah.
This lady friend wants you to be around for a while.
Considering some other points, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the case. But I'm still sitting there like, shit. How do I work around this where I can still be me? But
no,
I can do the work around and get away. And then I remember she's known me for almost 20 years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She knows my moves. Damn it. I have no choice. I've just got to go straight forward there. So I'm trying to do a lot of different stuff to dial a few things down. Like that night, I went up to the bar and I was drinking water. I seriously was not. I was like, no, I'm not going to. Well, I hope that's the case. And I'm like, well, she's actually said it. So
Yeah, like she actually used the 3 words.
yeah,
not
the
just,
3 words, not the
Yeah.
not the half hug, love you, see ya. You know,
Yeah.
like the actual 3 words. And I'm like, you 20 years, you never strung those 3 together before. There's been a lot of other stuff that's been in the forefront that Adam has been privy to that
Yeah.
kind of put the brakes on a few things, but I'm starting to see the snap out. Like I told her today, 2 more weeks and we'll be in Cruces. I'm looking forward to seeing her.
Right.
And what do I get as a response? I get a big heart. Oh, Irene's seeing sweetness here. That scares me.
Don't be scared.
Irene's like, oh, look at that. Oh, it's so cute.
Are you gonna go to this one of these young ladies' games again?
If I get a chance, yeah, I will. Yeah, if I get a chance, I absolutely will. Because believe it or not, I love supporting and watching her, her sports. And when she gets to actually get out there and compete, it is a lot of fun to watch her.
What does she compete in?
Let's see. She does volleyball. She does kickball. She does intramural softball. She's a very active athlete, and which is one of the things I love about watching her. She just has a ball with all of that. So I'm like, man, if I can go and see one of these games again, I absolutely will be there.
Yep, got to be the cheerleader.
I'll be there in a heartbeat. She is not exactly thrilled with my infatuation with my motorcycles, but she doesn't argue it either. She knows that's a part of who I am and that you're not going to take that away.
Yep.
Right.
Maybe someday, distant future, she'll
way
hop on the back
distant
with
future, like
you.
I'm going to be dead.
Yeah.
Let's hope not. I hope
maybe
she
she'll
would
probably
ride with
give
you
your bikes to
eventually.
your kid.
I don't think she will ever get on the back of that bike. I really don't.
And I don't think anyone else will either.
She has seen the aftermath of me laying one down, and yeah, no, that kind of killed it. But no, that's neither here nor there. She still lets me go.
Will you put a sidecar on for her?
Absolutely not. I'm not putting a side hack on my bike. Are you out of your mind?
Hey, just saying. It's like, how deep is your love, TJ? How deep is your love? Would you get a trike for her?
The only way I'm getting a trike is if I'm close to dead and I need one to ride.
I've seen a lot of like old people like riding those trikes, and they're still out there, and they got their little wives, and they got their tight pants on, and their little do rags in their hair, and or you know what I'm talking about, like the little.
I could see Steve riding one,
and he's in the back.
That would be fun to watch.
Yeah,
he's in the back though.
No, I could see him riding, like actually driving one, because they're a lot more stable.
Yeah, Steve on a trike would be fun to watch.
Yeah,
I would like to watch that.
I think it would be
more
more
entertaining with him, Irene.
I think it would be more entertaining to see Steve on the trike and then Ray on the back.
Oh my gosh, that would be hilarious. What is it?
That would be fantastic.
I know Steve would drive if Irene was in the
All
back.
right, Catherine, have a good night.
Yeah. Good night, Catherine.
I would love to see Steve on the bike, Ray on the back. I would be extremely entertained by that. Because then you'd have Steve riding the trike with Ray on the back and Ray directing Steve on where to go. the whole time going, "You will not ride this motorcycle this way because I told you to," or this trike or whatever. I would laugh my ass off watching it.
Do you think Steve would pull over and kick Ray off?
I think
No, I don't actually. No.
I think he'd pull over, stop it, and get off, and then walk away for a while till he cools down, because he would probably get pissed.
Fine.
Uh-oh. Parental frustration.
Hey, he's already drank. I got a 12-pack of Big Red. He chugged that in 2 days. Now he's getting into my mixers.
Uh-oh. Like, nope, water. You drank yours.
He already drank all the water.
Oh, all I can say is
Go
get
dig a
more
well.
water.
Here, kid, here's your shovel. Go dig.
Yeah, right?
Yep.
Survival of the
Look,
fittest. If you
Like,
don't get
really?
it, then you weren't meant to
You've gone
live.
through everything. I'm getting ready to take some of these empty bottles that I've got here and take them over to the shop and fill them so I've got water.
Yeah.
Yeah, kids around that age are black holes, man. At least boys, anyway.
13. I mean, yeah, he's just everything he can, sucks it down.
Yep.
Wasn't enough that he drank all of his Big Red. Now he's drinking my Cokes.
Yeah.
I haven't had Big Red in forever. Now I kind of want one, like just a cold little can maybe, or a 20 ounce or something like that.
I see. I prefer live wire myself. So.
Mountain Dew live wire.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I know. He's talking about Big Red, the actual red cream.
The actual soda.
Thing. Yeah. My ex likes
Where he said
that.
Steve would be giving Ray a lift to trade services for a new omnibus.
Yeah.
The entertainment is the trade. We get to watch them ride around, and then we give them omnibuses as payment.
I would actually give Ray an omnibus if he got on the back of Steve's trike and went for a ride.
For real, right?
It's like, yeah, Ray, go on ahead, get into the back
The
seat.
back
We'll call it
seat,
the
right?
back seat.
Get on the back of that trike and hang on to Steve's
Imagine
love
it's a
handles.
limo minus
Just
a lot of
grab
things.
Steve firmly by the hips and let him take you on a ride.
Right.
Wild on the ride. A ride on the wild side.
So now he's turned on South Park and he turned on the one where Cartman got an anal probe.
That's a good one.
It's
watched
the
it
first
before.
episode. I'm like, and it's like the last one I liked.
Mm. I need to watch more Trailer Park Boys.
Ah.
That was funny.
Oh man. Yep, they eat and drink everything. Everything. I keep waiting for him to eat the coach. I come home with no home because he ate the thing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Daddy.
You won't have a table because he will have ate it because it happened to be under his meal at the time.
Right. Yeah, what do you do? It's like, what do you do?
You have to hope that you can stay stocked long enough.
Mm-hmm.
I've still got 5 weeks to go
Yep.
You got this.
before
That's
he. But I mean, my paycheck, because this past paycheck was. This past paycheck was the check from the vacation. Okay.
No.
It was crap.
Mm.
So I'm literally maxed on everything for another week waiting on this paycheck, then my VA check, then the following paycheck. And when all that happens and I've got all my bills paid and caught back up, no, I disagree, Corey. I think the best show from Canada was Letterkenny.
I haven't watched that one yet, so I don't.
Oh,
I don't know how to
Letterkenny is
compare it.
great. And then I think after Letterkenny, we've got Shoresy. Shoresy is phenomenal. I love Shoresy. I was not a Trailer Park Boys fan. And I'm not saying that somebody else can't be good. You know, if you are great, but
Bubbles. I mean,
I really prefer like Letterkenny and Shoresy actually made you think a little bit about what they were saying, and I like having my brain engaged.
No, it's fair enough.
So, you know, oh wow. But yeah, I'm sitting here like, wow, this kid has drank and ate literally everything. I got him one of them big packages of those breakfast pies or whatever they are from Smucker's.
Oh yeah.
He literally ate all of them in a day.
They were good.
How many were in that package?
Probably like 8.
12.
12.
Oh, I was wrong. My bad.
And he ate it in a day. Gone.
He's having 4 per meal.
And then eating up at Courtney's and then eating here. And it's like, dude, you tripled my food intake in a day.
Yep, you're going to have to start rationing out food.
That's you.
You know, here I've got. But of course, my uncle takes him to Whataburger and takes him to different places. And he's still
Eating everywhere.
eating everything here, too. And then I come home and I'm like, he's like, well, hey, make jambalaya. I got leftover jambalaya in the fridge. Oh, he won't touch that.
Yeah, of course not.
He won't eat that. That's leftovers. No, that's not good enough for him.
Mm.
Yeah.
I have leftover jambalaya in my fridge and beefy mac.
And you know what? Your kids would eat it, right?
No.
No?
No, it's just Brad and I that don't eat that stuff.
Hey,
They eat like chicken nuggets, macaroni, you know, the whole like.
Yeah. The safe foods.
The spoiled kids these days.
I know.
Yes.
You better stop eating those strawberries, you little. I'm just kidding. I want strawberries. I didn't want
You know, I don't get it. It's like
Yeah.
when I was that age, I would go into the fridge, and if there were leftovers, they were not safe.
Yeah.
Him. No, he eats the shit I've got set ready for a fucking meal. He won't eat the leftovers.
Yeah.
He's like, oh no, I cannot eat the leftovers. I am better than leftovers.
Leftovers are
That
too
sounds like a Raymond
pedestrian
thing.
for him.
Maybe he's Ray's child.
Might be. Tom Arnold, Sebastian Bach, and Snoop. And I don't really care about the cameos. I wanted the storyline, and I wanted something that was going to entertain me. And
Fair.
that was where I at. Letterkenny and Shoresy, they entertain me.
Yep, Julie says hi, by the way, guys.
Hey, Julie.
Hi, Julie.
Oh,
I
Lord.
tried to get her on camera, but she had to go to the bathroom.
Well, there you go.
You can go on camera on the toilet. I'm sure Steve does all the time.
No, I'm not taking the camera into the bathroom, Irene. You're going to get us in trouble. Yeah. That's not to do during the broadcast. That's after
Right.
the broadcast type
Oh,
of deal.
okay.
Yeah.
You know. Julie's like, I look like crap. I'm not getting on camera.
Highly doubtful, but I understand.
Like, I don't think she
Well,
looks
I
like
mean,
crap.
it's better
think
than what
she's
happened.
hot, but, you know,
See, now Adam,
I'm biased.
Irene, I have to tell you about this. All right. So, I took the trip to Illinois just recently, and I was up there.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about Adam. let me tell you about this guy I know that is a master at the guilt trip. I'm not going to name any names,
We don't
but
see you out here.
he
He
lays
came
on
to
the
see me.
guilt trip every time I make the trip up because, oh no, I didn't manage to make it over to visit with him. Because I always have something going on. It's a busy
I
trip when
always
I'm
have
up
to
there.
give you shit because you never
So-
find time to see me until this year.
So I make the time.
Mm-hmm.
I wedge it into my extremely busy schedule. And I make a special trip to Taylorville just for this guy that I'm not going to mention any names, but this guy
People.
that loves to give me crap for not seeing him.
Someone's got to give you crap.
So I get over there. All right, visit's going okay. We were actually planning on driving over to like a bar or something, have something to drink, grab a
Yeah.
bite,
Get away from the kids for
get away from the kids.
a little bit.
I am there for a maximum of what? 7 fucking minutes.
Yeah, 7 to 10 minutes seems a good estimation.
Get done with my cigarette, go in to try to figure out what's going on. Adam, you need to go take care of your son who just vomited all over everything.
Yeah,
Mind you,
Oh, bye.
like I had went to pick up my boys because my ex had the stomach flu. Like that morning, I brought my sons home, and my youngest son decided to vomit all over his room, all over his blanket, all through the hall, and into the front bathroom where he stayed for the next 10 minutes or so. All the while, I have TJ in my living room, and I'm having to field this, so I can't spend time with TJ, even though he took time out of his visit to come visit me. So I'm trying to take care of my son. He's clearly sick. And I'm like, no, you can go back to your mom. Nope, we're not doing this.
Mhm.
I have Marcy, and little did I know, but go on ahead, TJ. You can tell your part here.
so let's go ahead and add to this. That earlier that day, before I went over there, it happened to be a shot day. The shot that knocks my immune system down.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And I'm walking into this going, really?
Great time to be susceptible to bugs. Ew.
Oh yeah.
What do you do at that point? I'm sitting there. Nope.
Yeah, by the airing of the next episode of the Amigos, 5 of the people in my house, including myself, all caught the stomach flu
I'm not
on the
surprised.
same day. And
So
we're all
I'm,
just
and of course, I'm
miserable.
walking. I'm like, I've got to go. I got to get away from this. My immune system was knocked down today. I cannot be around this. I duck out. Somehow I managed to get away without getting it.
Mhm.
Yay.
The
There's a
the
little
only
good news.
people in that house who did not get it was TJ and Marcy.
Thank God
That's it.
Marcy was spared from
That's
that
it.
because, like,
That's all.
is she still breastfeeding, Marcy?
No.
No, okay. I was gonna say it could be because she's got the antibodies from like that, but
But no, like I got the stomach flu and then went right into pneumonia. And
God
Like,
damn.
it's like, fuck.
What the fuck?
So I'm still taking the Z-Pack. I think tonight's my last dose and stuff. So it's great,
They put me on
Especially with-
Ritalin.
especially with the heat, humidity. So
That's a new update for my
Yeah.
ADHD. They put me
Okay.
on Ritalin,
okay.
and it's helped a little bit.
See, that's where the bonus is, though. Is now I'll bet you now I don't hear a word about coming to visit anybody.
Nope. I can't say anything because you came to see me.
Like
So-
if I don't go to visit Adam again ever, he'll be like, oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
probably better.
I can't blame you. You came over and kids got sick. I can't blame you for never wanting to come over here again. It's like I
Well,
was
like,
wanting to show you like my studio, how I had it set up, so you could see.
I was kind of looking forward to all that, but
yeah, but nope. Thanks to my youngest son.
yeah, no.
Yeah.
And his mom.
Yep.
Sorry, had to
But
throw
if
that
you
in
talk
there.
to her, there's no way it's her fault. None. I told her next time either one of us have a stomach bug, keep it at your own house.
Yeah, exactly. She had the bug, and she knew
And
she
if the
had the
kids are
bug.
exposed, then you got to deal with it.
Yep.
And then she like throws it at you, and you have like a baby. So it's just like not very bright on her part. No offense.
Nah, kitty, doesn't my teeny puff. But yeah, no, like I said, man, it's just like here he is. He just, you never come see me when you're here. You never come see me. I go over there. Bleh, yeah.
Yep.
This what it is?
Yep.
It's
it
the
was
worst
just,
when your children are sick, though, and
it
you're
was-
sick. You're sick, and you're trying to take care of sick children.
It was
It's
literally a clusterfuck / shit show. It was just
yeah.
Right.
my
Just like
that was such an epic day.
I was like, I could have sat with members of my old show and had less of a chance of exposure. Now, the meet and greet, Irene, did we tell you about the meet and greet yet?
The one that's coming up in like
No,
a
the
year or
one that I
something?
went to. The one I went
Oh
to.
no.
Oh, that went great. So, like, I got to meet Tom and Lori.
Nice.
Of course, we made sure that the most entertaining people there were sitting next to each other, which was me, Dan, Big D, and Jen. We're all right in a row, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Christina was across from us. Sean Bellent appeared out of nowhere.
No way. I've
Sean
not heard
showed up.
of that guy or from that guy in like forever.
So that Steve, of course, had to sit down at the other end of the table with what he called, or what I was told was exactly, Tom.
Oh,
We did miss you at the
miss
meet.
you guys too.
Yeah.
It just wasn't working. My husband had like his boss wasn't there yet. His store manager wasn't there yet, and so he had to like work extra and work weekends and all this jazz. So
It's okay. We just have to see about getting Irene down for our family get together, the Mayhem
Right.
family get together.
When we can do
I'll
the
make
Mayhem
plans
family
for
reunion,
it.
that'll be on.
Yeah.
it'll be my vacation away from everyone.
Mhm.
But anyway, so you had the end of the table that I will say was the funsy side.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had Steve, and he sat down at the other end of the table.
Okay.
And after this whole meet and greet, proceeded to complain consistently about how our side of the table was getting served faster, and it looked like we were having more fun. And he had to sit down and listen to comic book discussion, and then look over at somebody who could barely stay awake.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
that's it. Tom, you're absolutely right. Steve had to sit with the adults. The rest of us were the kids.
Yeah.
I
Like,
choose
very
the kids
first
table. Woo! Well, if
Very
it's great.
first thing I did is I grabbed a straw, got the wrapper set up, blew it straight at Chrissy, landed right in her hair. She had to fish it out, No, I did not inspect garbage car this time, Corey.
Oh, darn.
I think Sean ran away before I could. Yeah, Sean left before I had a chance to inspect garbage car.
Did he leave the bill for someone else to pay?
No, actually,
that
Steve
was
busted
addressed.
him out.
Yep.
When Sean sat down, Steve yelled at the waitress and he goes, "Hey, make sure that guy right there pays for his own and doesn't leave until he does." And busted him right the fuck out. I was rolling.
Yeah.
There was a lot of drinking involved.
Oh, I'm
We
sure.
did have a lot of fun.
Oh, I'm sure.
I
course,
was going
I-
to show up to that, but of course, getting sick kept me from going to that.
Of course,
That
there was
the-
others that were, basically telling us that. There were others that were telling us that was basically that we were not adult enough to be there, you know. Oh, why would you do that? We had a good time. I don't care.
Yeah.
Right. There's
I got to
always
see
different
Tom
people
have
that
his.
think
I got to
that.
see Tom eat his first horseshoe.
How did that go?
Oh gosh.
Did he just in his pants?
Uh,
Oh,
Tom,
he
did you
ate
do
it.
that?
I mean, I got to give Tom credit. He finished it. But I'll tell you right now, like, I would not have done the sweet potato fries with nacho cheese and beef and Texas toast.
yeah.
I wouldn't have done. Me personally, it wouldn't have fit.
If I'm changing it from French fries, I'm either going tots or like onion rings.
Waffle fries,
Yeah, that works too.
but not sweet
Well,
potato fries.
Yeah, no.
I like sweet potato fries, but like I
I'm
like them
not
like,
a
with a cinnamon
fan.
butter or something like that. Like kind of like that. Like
Yeah, we're talking about like cheese sauces, you know, and it's just no.
I'd try it, but I don't foresee me liking it a whole lot based on the
Well.
sound of it. No offense.
Oh, I mean, normally a horseshoe is great, but I mean, me now, I have 8 horseshoes like my whole life, so it's like, no, you know, I got to be in the mood.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, me personally, I am more. I like one of the things I have to have when I come to town is a tenderloin. I love a tenderloin, but you know, when do you get it? You know, I can't get one here. I've got to have a tenderloin when I'm in Illinois.
Yep.
But I got to admit, like I said I was going to do the restaurant review, right?
All right.
Yeah.
Did I do the restaurant review yet?
I don't believe so.
I don't think I've been through it yet. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's go ahead and do the Illinois restaurant review of and it's going to be a quick roundup of all the places I went to while I was there
Okay, let's do
and
this.
what my thoughts were.
Yeah. Just make sure
This
you
should be
include what you had at these locations.
Okay, so we will start with Wings Etc.,
Okay.
Okay.
which I walked in and they were just bragging to me that they had jumbo shrimp. I'm like, oh, okay, you've got jumbo shrimp.
Yeah.
I know their wings, but I was looking at their wings and I'm like, they got smaller.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite thing that they had there was their buffalo chicken sandwich, which I probably should have went with anyway, and I didn't. No, the bragging of the shrimp. They're really good and fresh.
Okay.
They're frozen, aren't they?
Okay. Let me get a dozen with fries and a Crown and Coke. Crown and Coke was weak.
Okay.
Like a half a shot in a Crown and Coke. Really?
Yeah.
You
enough
just
to
saw
call it
my
a Crown
ID.
and
It
Coke.
says Texas on it, and you're going to pour me a half shot.
Right.
Mhm.
So I get the Crown and Coke, get my I go ahead and I get my my shrimp. The shrimp come out, they're flat. They're breaded, they're flat, they're fried. They taste like crap. Like this is frozen.
Were they
Yeah.
soggy?
Yeah, they were actually. The fries were not even warm.
Mm.
I was 100% fully disappointed with the place that I used to love to go to.
Right.
And the bartender comes by and she goes, "Oh, well, hey, how is it?" And I'm like, "Subpar."
Did she get all bitch up?
Yeah, she all bitched up. What do you mean it's that part? I'm from Texas, you fucking dumbass. You just saw my damn ID. I literally drive 10 minutes, or I drive 3 hours. I'm at the coast. I'm getting actual fresh jumbo Gulf-sized shrimp.
Yeah.
You know, you're bragging about these. These things are the size of a quarter, and they're flat.
Yeah.
They're soggy, and they taste like ass.
Yeah.
They're popcorn shrimp.
And by the way, you're let's go ahead and continue down this little dark alley of dipshit here, and let's look at your fries. Your fries are more limp than Steve ever thought of being.
Just because he's not long enough to be limp. It's just like, he's there.
There's not enough there to be affected by gravity.
And number two, it was just it was soggy. It was gross.
Mm-hmm.
And they were just lukewarm was not even a good description.
I cannot.
So I mean, it was just terrible. But I paid it. I left a tip. I left. Did not go back.
Good.
Next morning, I go to the Hialeah, which is right down the road from my property that I'm selling in Illinois.
Right.
So this is out in that great metropolis known as Goofy Ridge.
Right.
Better than last time, but still not quite there. I got
they're getting better.
Got the skillet breakfast that was my normal.
Okay.
The Bloody Mary was lacking. The skillet breakfast was okay. Eggs were actually over easy.
Oh, well, that's good. Did you want them that way, though?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Okay.
So they actually got them right.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the company was more for me than the food and the drink. Because I was actually, again, disenchanted with what I had.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I remember a lot better.
You.
Yeah. Huh? Maybe. I was like, I remember a lot better. So we get to Saturday night. That was Dublin's Pub. Of course, there I finally get a tenderloin. I was pissed. Tenderloin was small. It was not where I was expecting it to be.
Like cook-wise?
I probably should have gotten a shoe, honestly.
Mm.
Yeah, Dublin is more known for their shoes than for the tenderloin.
The fries were okay. The Crown and Coke was weak.
Seems to be a theme.
I'm getting a theme here, yeah.
For sure.
So I end up at Sunday I went golfing. I went to Masher's Pub and Grill at the Sunset Hills Golf Course. So the golf course pissed me off because it was not up to where it should have been at.
Okay.
And then we get in there. Huh?
Were you playing golf that day?
Yes, I was.
Okay, I was just curious. Sorry. Sidetracked Irene. She's still ADHD even with medication.
Well, and it was so
it takes a while to get into your system.
The course was so bad that 4 holes in, we damn near picked everything up and left. But I'm like, you know what? I just spent $118 for us to golf this course. We're going to golf it.
Yeah. You're doing this no matter what.
Yeah, we played the course through. And then we go ahead and we go up to Masher's Pub, which is at that golf course. It used to be a place I loved to go to. The food was always outstanding. Drinks were good. People were sociable. They were out of half of the shit we wanted. So I ended up with a mushroom and Swiss instead of a tenderloin. And it was not, I would have rather had a mushroom and Swiss from Hardee's.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah.
I do like mushroom and Swiss though, like with onions.
Yeah, normally a mushroom and Swiss is a great burger, but no, that was, I would have rather had one at Hardee's.
So I tried to direct you to the Rock and Roll Hardee's on Stevenson when we discussed possible places to eat.
I ended up hitting that Hardee's anyway. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Let's see. I'm running down the list here. Yeah, Masher's was not up to where I wanted it to be at. It just, again, I was disenchanted, disappointed. So we get around to Sunday night. I think Sunday night I just hit a drive-through. No, that's right. Sunday night, I saw my cousin.
Oh.
My cousin Bridget and I met at Corner Pub and Grill in Springfield. Finally, I got the first good fucking meal I had the whole time I was there. I had to order a Southwest chicken salad at Corner Pub and Grill, and they bring it out, and it is the first fucking decent thing I'd had. They mix the
salad.
right.
That's
It's the first fucking decent meal I had the whole time I was there, where I was not disappointed. Corner Pub still does not disappoint. They do it right. Big portions, good drink, good food. I finally. So Monday rolls around. Monday, I decide I'm going to chill out. Yeah, that worked out for me. Not. Monday is when I was like, oh yeah, I've got to go see Adam. So I drive out to Taylorville, and I, on the peer pressure, I drive out there.
Hey,
Just
to be fair, the first 5 minutes of the visit were really nice.
Those last two, not so much.
I get back and I finally decided I was going to get Chinese. So I went to, I got to look up the name of the place again. It's one I use whenever I'm in Springfield.
Oh.
I think it's New China or something, but
there's like a million new Chinas in this.
Yeah, right.
Like every city has at
one
least
off
3.
of 6th.
Yeah, here it is. Yeah, it is New China on South 6th Street. That's where I usually go.
Yeah, New China.
And I actually set it up where I picked it up. I did not have it door dashed in. I actually went and picked it up. And the people there were excellent. I mean, the food has always been outstanding. It's probably the best Chinese restaurant in town.
Yeah, like it's one of my favorites too.
So fried rice, I got it, I believe I got the cashew chicken, fried rice, 2 egg rolls. I came back to the Airbnb. I actually chowed on that for 2 nights.
Yeah, I was going to say.
For the night and the day. I had enough that I carried it through into the next day.
Okay.
Tuesday was literally, other than seeing my uncle, it was literally a chill out day. So on Tuesday, just as all right, let's go ahead and do the circle. Let's go full circle here and check out different places I used to go all the time. I went to Main Gate Bar and Grill on Sangamon Avenue, right across the street from the main gate of the fairgrounds.
Yeah.
Right.
Blech. Once again, I was disenchanted, disappointed. Made the drink strong enough, but not strong enough to get past how bad the food was.
Right.
They really need to up their alcohol game if they're going to keep cooking that shitty. And that was literally a bacon cheeseburger. How do you fuck up a bacon cheeseburger?
It takes talent to fuck up a bacon cheeseburger.
And it was completely fucked up.
Okay.
And again, cold fries yet again. And I'm like, I'm starting to notice a theme here.
Yeah.
Went back, ended up crashing, got up, and then I went up to Pekin. Now, at Pekin, I can't really say anything because in Pekin, we did Domino's Wednesday night. My brother cooked Thursday night. Friday morning, we loaded up. We hauled ass home.
Yeah.
Once I got back, I found a place to go so I could get an actual decent fucking meal in my system.
You just had to get out of Illinois for it.
We did stop at the Petro on the way, and we hit the Iron Skillet, which Riley. Oh, Iron Skillet's great. And we both came back with food. When we got home, we still both had takeout from there because I ate half my chicken fried steak, and I still had enough to bring with me. And we ate again when we got here on what we had. So, and then I've been getting 8 out of house and home ever since.
Of course.
Yeah. Someone who wants to remind me that he is so important that he's got to eat all my food and I get to starve but go to work. And I cannot have water because he needs it.
You need a secret stash.
I should not have to stash water. I also should not be peeing orange, but he likes to see that happen too.
It's like, listen, he drinks all the water, you drink all the beer or a Crown of Coke or whatever. Kind of.
No, he drinks all my Coke too.
You just left with the
Oh.
crown.
You got to draw a line there, TJ.
I mean, I got no prayer on this.
Yep.
But no, that's literally that's kind of I was a little I was actually very disappointed in a lot of my favorite places in Illinois and just how they had gone downhill.
Yeah. They're trying to minimize their cost while maximizing their charge.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, man, I need to go to Georgia and go eat there.
Mm-hmm.
I know someone who cooks there.
You know someone who cooks there?
Mm-hmm.
I think we know someone there who could
Yeah,
help you
right.
out. You know,
I can put some food in that belly.
So things keep going the way they are. I won't be allowed to eat at the Y there. So
Oh no. No.
nope. The comment was not lost on me. So
no, it was almost lost on Irene, and she's like, "Oh, wait a minute, damn it."
Sometimes I have to have like a net to catch things.
We ought to go ahead and check and make sure you're not blonde.
I was born blonde, but
you could catch it with a fish net.
it's gotten darker as I've gotten older, so I just dye it dark. But like it'll grow out lighter than when I dye it too.
Well, I tend to have Doran when I'm up there, or of course now Doran has picked a backup for me, and Lee, and Lee is at another shop. But again, the three of us know each other. Lee is a blast, and I ended up seeing Lee this time because Doran had something come up, and then Doran looks and she goes, "Yeah, she's not going to get you all the time." And I'm like, well, I kind of figured that. Who would you rather have take care of my hair, you or her? She goes, well, duh, asshole. So I'm set for my appointment for next year with Doran already.
He was like, I've got it buttoned up.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm literally
I need to go get my hair done. I can actually like pinch and pull it and stuff.
But no, Doran, she does color it and she does a lot of stuff with my hair to help it as it continues to grow.
Right.
And to try to help me maintain the illusion of youth. So I'm standing at work on Friday. There's a guy there that we call Training Wheels. And Training Wheels walks in and he looks, you dye your fucking hair? I said, what fucking business is it of yours? I'm not fucking you. If I was fucking you, it'd be your business, but I'm not fucking you. Now am I? And by the way, if I was fucking you, you'd be the catcher, and I'm not fucking you. So it's not your concern what the fuck I do with anything. Yep. Are we clear?
Aye, Captain.
Hey, well, baby, I got a problem with it. I said, take your problem, shine it up real nice, turn it sideways, and stick it up your fucking non-trained ass. He loves to talk shit to everybody about how good of a driver he is. And I look at him and I go, but you cannot drive a manual transmission. I can.
There is that.
Keep talking. I have the license, the experience, and the training to back up what I can do. All you are is a mouth.
Like, I'm a really good driver as long as it's automatic, easy to operate, doesn't take a whole lot of attention to take care of.
It's a Tesla.
Yeah.
As long as it's a Tesla.
Yeah, he
as
actually loves to work at Tesla.
As long as it's a automatic Toyota Camry, he's cool.
Corolla.
Yeah, Corolla.
He wants the automatic Mazda 3 hatchback.
Yeah, I've had one of those. They are kind of fun to drive, but
Like Adam's seen my car, and even with the damage on my car, is that a bad looking car?
It's still a pretty nice car.
my Mazda 6 is a mid-sized sedan. It's a nice car.
Yep.
It's a 240,000 mile nice car now.
Yeah.
But look at what I've had to do to it since I've owned it.
Yeah.
I bought it with a little under 120,000 on the clock. So since I bought it in 2022 to now, I put all of that miles on it. I've had to do the front wheel bearings, oil changes, tune-ups, and of course, 420 says Irene gave him a chubby. Hey, 420, get a hold of Bubba the Baker and tell him to help you out.
I hope your move
He's
goes
sitting
well.
around doing nothing. But yeah, I've had to put an alternator in it. And that's been about it. Otherwise, that car has been turnkey on the road whenever I want to take it. It has been a reliable little car.
I'm sure 420 would love Irene to help him with his package, and Mike would assist Irene with a box or two.
I think 420 would try eating that box.
He's gonna put his belongings or his things.
He's going to put his junk in that box.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
He's going to put his load in that box.
Are you sure that Irene's husband would not have a problem with that?
And that's not up for me to decide.
Irene's like, he might, oh well. You got that look of like, I don't care.
He's actually sleeping right behind me. It's funny.
Oh, is he? Well, I'm glad you guys are at least still sleeping in the same bed.
Well, I'm not sleeping. But yeah, no, it's gotten a lot better from where it was like last year. Like I was like,
you were homicidal.
Yeah, it's gotten a lot better.
You were borderline homicidal.
Yeah.
Let's just be very, very brutally honest about it.
Yes.
I was actually worried for Brad for a while. Like I was afraid that, I'd turn on the Georgia news and find that he had died.
And you're like, I know exactly what happened.
And then I'd have to have plausible deniability, and I'd have to sneak you off to Texas so you wouldn't go to prison. Maybe send you across the border to be a barista.
Oh yeah.
We'd have to come up with a new name.
But yeah, I was like, man, I just, I what, but more than that, just the emotional distress that you both were showing. I was actually very concerned about both of you.
It was an ugly period. For sure.
Yeah, to see that you're both working your way through that and doing better, I'm actually very happy for that.
Yeah.
and I hope it keeps going that route. Like you two get back to horny teenager stage or something. I'd love to see that.
That would be nice.
So yes, it is nice.
It's
I highly suggest it.
like you sneak over to see him at work and then lock him in his office and have your way with him.
No, you get fired.
Only if you get caught.
They got cameras in his office?
I don't think so, but
do they have cameras under his desk?
Maybe.
Under his desk?
Oh wait. No, but what if there's ones that watch you get under the desk?
Then you just get under the desk and you wait. And then he comes in.
And they forgot I went in there?
You take care of him. You don't show yourself, though. Like, you don't pop out. He goes after...
Does he ever have to give a speech at work?
I don't think so. Not often. No.
Like where there would be a podium?
No, he works at a grocery store. He's an assistant store manager at a grocery store. So
it's like, yeah, because if he was going to be at a podium, you could do the police academy thing and hide in the podium.
Mm-hmm.
Then while he's speaking, I'd like to go ahead.
Yeah, baby.
In conclusion,
In conclusion.
In conclusion.
Conclusion. Let's go out to the parking lot and have a cigarette.
Right.
smoke him if you got him.
But no, I mean, like if you could hide in a podium when he's giving a speech and then have him screw the speech up, that'd be funny.
That would be funny.
The whole police academy thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you got to have Adam in there with you, though, where Adam sticks his head out and goes, "Hey, great speech," and it goes back into the podium, So he's like, "Oh no, I got it from Adam."
That's hilarious.
That was one of the best scenes of the original Police Academy. Mahoney sticks his head out. Great speech, sir. And he goes back inside the podium. And Lassard's like, fuck. Mahoney did a very bad thing. Very bad. Bad.
Been a bad boy.
I mean, it could have been worse. It could have been Hightower.
Hightower would have broke the podium.
Yeah.
But that hooker, oh God. And then when Lassard realized who he hired and did it again to Mahoney. The same hooker. Mahoney's like, Lassard. I thought, that entire movie was fucking hysterical. The original Police Academy was great. The second one was not bad. The third one was starting,
How many did they
starting
have?
to get hokey. God, I think they did what, like 8 or 9?
Yeah, something like that. Do you think they're going to ever make a remake of the first?
Oh God, I hope not.
They're just some they shouldn't touch.
All right, look, let me put it this way. The Police Academy series completely went down the toilet when Steve Guttenberg stepped away.
Yeah.
Steve Guttenberg as Mahoney made that series. So the 4 they did with him are fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
I will watch all 4 of those any day of the week. The Citizens on Patrol, the 4th one, that was the one where I'm like, it's starting to get a little hokey.
Yeah.
But still, I loved 1 and 2. I absolutely loved. 3rd one was good, but not up on that level. 4th one was starting to get to the hokey. Okay. It was the 5th one, the Miami one, that Steve Guttenberg was gone. And then it went down the toilet.
Yeah.
The 6th one was terrible. I can't get past how bad that was, which has stopped me from watching any of the others.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Just like I like Short Circuit. Again, there's a movie, one of my favorite movies of all
That's the
time.
one with the little robot, right?
Yeah.
Johnny
Yeah, I used to watch that as a kid with my dad.
I love the original.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Who was in the original? Steve Guttenberg. And Ali Sheely. When they moved away from those two for the second one.
Yeah.
And okay, you still had the Indian guy.
Yeah.
Which was great. And you still had that connection to the first one, but the second one was really more autonomous and on its own.
Yeah.
And when you got away from Ali Sheely and Steve Guttenberg, it lost a lot of its spark. If I was writing it, I would have wrote it where the three of them. So you would have had Steve Guttenberg, Ali Sheely, and the robot all go to help out Ben with his robot problem in the city, and then you've got all three of them trying to control Johnny Five while he's chasing around for input in the city. And then maybe bring in the whole Nova Robotics again. Like, wait a minute, we thought this little bastard was gone. Now we know he's here. We're coming for him. And really kind of follow. You could have followed that plot along even further and included all of the originals and really made it more of a story.
No, sorry.
Now, don't get me wrong. On its own, the second one was a decent standalone movie, but it was not up to the original story.
Yeah.
And the original story of a robot that got struck by lightning and comes to life, and Steve Guttenberg is the main programmer of this thing. Oh, we've got Mahoney, and now we've got him playing Newton Crosby, PhD. And to take that element out of the second one really made it lose, and I think that's why there was never a third Short Circuit.
Yeah.
So there you have these actors that do phenomenal in what they're doing, and then you take them away to replace them with somebody cheaper, which studios do, and the whole thing falls apart and the franchise sucks.
Yeah.
They experienced it with the Fast and the Furious franchise.
But they're still rolling with it.
Well, they experienced it, and the way they experienced it was they kind of felt the sting with Too Fast, Too Furious by taking Vin Diesel out.
Yeah.
Then they did that debacle called Tokyo Drift. They had, you're muted, Irene.
The driving in that one is actually, I enjoy watching the driving on that one just because it's
the driving in Tokyo Drift was really good. I cannot disagree with that.
The rest of it,
but they pulled away completely from the original story.
Yeah,
and then they had to write 4 movies to get it brought back to full circle to where you understood it, what happened.
Yeah.
Say, which one was the last one that had Paul Walker in it?
The 7th one.
7th?
He died mid-production.
Yeah. Did they use the trailer for the rest of it, right? Or no?
They did. And it has been confirmed for the 11th installment, the final one with the original storyline. Cody Walker has been confirmed and is on set bringing back Paul Walker's character.
Nice.
Okay.
So, of course, that is not easy for Cody Walker. As many people, people don't understand that. That's got to mess with his head.
Yeah.
For real.
But they are bringing Cody Walker in to bring back Brian O'Connor. And they said that they are going to give him the ending that they should have given him in Furious 7. So I'm going, they're going to kill him off.
And that's going to be really hard for him to deal with if that's what they're going to do.
I think they are finally going to kill him off, which they should have in the 7th installment after Paul Walker passed.
Yeah.
They would have set it up a lot better to bring back these other cast members and put the whole story together in a better format.
Yeah.
I get they did what they did for a reason back then, but they should have killed him off. Killed the character off. Do not reprise Brian O'Connor ever. But by not killing off the character, they left it open to bring his brother back. And his brother looks uncanny.
Yeah.
Like Paul Walker. He really does.
Mm-hmm.
But Cody Walker will never have that surfer look like Paul Walker did.
I'm trying to look up something because I thought I saw something that I don't know if it's his brother or not, but I saw there's a race car show that's going to be on Amazon.
Okay.
And I want to say I saw someone that's in it that looked like Paul Walker. It might be his brother, but I forget what the name is. So I'm going to look that up real quick so that we can look at it. Amazon.
Yeah, definitely check that out.
Car show. It's a show, I believe. So First to the Finish? No, that's not the one. It's a new one. It's like a series first. I don't know. None of this looks helpful. When does this come out? Or is it already out? I'm trying to peek. I saw like an announcement for it, so. Oh, it's 2025, so maybe. All right, let me see. Does it say details? Cast, Heather, Sody, Sparks.
Yeah, so here's
there's Cody Walker.
Yeah.
So,
but he does. He looks a lot. I personally could see the differences being a fan of the franchise and being a Paul Walker fan. I mean, there's not much that Paul Walker's been in that I did not like.
Right. I'm on a mission.
I figure I'd just dig up a picture of Cody real
fast.
Yeah.
Netflix just recently released I think it was Netflix. If you could confirm, Adam, please. But one of the streaming services just recently released the Paul Walker story.
Okay.
And it is a documentary showing the life of Paul Walker and where he got to start and how he did.
It looks like it's a Netflix documentary set to premiere in 2026, exploring the life, career, and legacy of the late actor, best known for his role in Fast and the Furious.
Now, there is a role that he had that I have to say was not as good as Brian O'Connor in Fast and the Furious. Well, no, I'm not even going to say that. It was equal to Brian O'Connor in the Fast and the Furious. And it's one of his first roles. And I loved him in this movie for multiple reasons, not the least of which is it involved Texas football. And that would be Varsity Blues.
The whipped cream bikini.
The whipped cream bikini. But Paul Walker was the first quarterback. The one that got injured. He was Lance. Okay. I loved how he did in that movie. I had the most beautiful dream. You know, and I'm just like, dude, nobody talks like that. Of course, my favorite character in that entire movie was still Tweeter. I was up at the crack of dawn and I gotta ask you a question. Good mooning, boys. Good mooning.
So the Paul Walker story is going to be called Driven.
Which is fitting. I mean, Paul Walker actually did all of his driving in Fast and Furious. Every single one of them movies, he did his own driving. He insisted on it. And what made it great with him and Vin Diesel insisted on it as well. Tyrese Gibson, they had to drag him into the car in Too Fast, Too Furious. Paul Walker, Vin Diesel are like, fuck you, get out of my way. I'm driving this one. You know, they drove them. And Paul Walker was definitely the California guy because you saw it later on where he's going with the Nissan Skylines. Vin Diesel, being raised in New York, showed the East Coast side with the classic muscle. It really, I mean, they really did play to themselves as the series progressed.
Words.
So, yeah, it took him 4 movies to bring it back around full circle, though. That's what just blew me away.
Yeah.
So with that being said, and me looking at timing here, I'm going to do this.
Okay.
Now, I'm happy Irene joined us today. Oh, yeah. Irene's here.
A very, very pleasant surprise. But it's always good when Irene shows up. 420 and Steve miss out on that.
All right, Adam, your final thoughts, other than you were just grossed out.
Just grossed out? What, by Irene dancing?
Oh, by me
Hell
going,
no.
come on, Irene, come on.
Listen, she will go where she may. That doesn't disgust me by a woman's decision.
Oh, good thing.
Thank you.
So, yeah, I deal with it enough here. I'm kind of used to it by now.
Yeah.
But, final thought, I was glad that we were able to pull off a show. I'm glad I'm finally getting over the pneumonia. Thank God.
Just kept looking at her, like, woo, take that.
So, yeah, I'm glad I could be here and barely help a good show that would have been good if I wasn't here because Irene showed up.
I think it would. I think having you there is important.
We had a good show.
Yeah.
Irene, your final thoughts for tonight?
I'm just really sad that you had such shitty food up in like Illinois, and that you have all these good memories of it, and then it's just shit.
Yeah.
Like, Illinois, listen up. Do better, okay? Be better.
Well, I think they need a new governor to start with that.
Yes, please.
I mean, I can't vote there right now, so.
That's it. We'll run Irene for Illinois state governor.
Yeah.
Oh my! I don't even. Things will get crazy.
And she can move her and Brad and the Rugrats all into the governor's mansion.
You know,
Actually
remodeled, and she'd have help.
It's like
I like how.
the house could actually get used. Holy
Right?
shit!
Where do they live?
Governor Pritzker still lives up in Chicago. The governor's mansion is completely remodeled and empty.
It's in Springfield,
It's like
right?
4 or what is it? Like 6 bathrooms and 14 bedrooms and
Yeah, it's pretty epic.
Why do they
and they've got
Chicago?
you'd have a maid staff and a nanny staff and everything else if you were the governor.
Yeah. So what do you think, Irene? Feel like applying and putting her name
And
out
you
there?
and you would have a
I mean,
salary
you
for
can
life,
You can write my name in.
and you'd have a 6-digit salary for life.
There you go.
Because the state of Illinois would pay you 6 digits a year for the rest of your life for being the governor,
Nice.
even if you were in prison.
Because we've
So I
had
think Blagojevich still gets his.
Oh my Lanta, that's ridiculous. Like, there needs to be some sort of common sense used at some point in politics.
Yeah, well, probably not in our lifetimes.
not in Illinois. No.
Well, I don't think it's anywhere. Like most.
See, now Illinois has their own
Bureaucracies are
problems.
trash.
Irene has got the worst problem. She has Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that. Haven't heard that name since the old people on the show.
Oh, I know.
Their infatuation for it.
Well, one in particular.
Yeah.
All right, so make sure to check out Adam tonight with Weird Frequencies.
Yep.
With the incomparable hardcore Rob Hansen as the host. Of course, you have Tyler involved there, which Tyler and I are actually on speaking terms again. I'm very happy for.
Yes.
And you got
I
some guy
actually-
there. You got some fat guy there that believes in Bigfoot. That he's just weird.
It's like actually, like I recently kind of co-hosted a charity event with Tyler.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was J.D. McTaggart's Memorial Home Run Derby. It happened 5 minutes from my house. So I went and joined, and Tyler offered me a seat next to him, and so me and him gave commentary during the event. It was kind of fun.
Well, there you go.
Yep.
So make sure you check out Weird Frequencies tonight at 8. We will see all of you guys back here on Thursday night, 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Mountain, 7 p.m. Pacific. There, I think I covered all of them.
What if you live in England?
What's that?
And what if you live in England? It's like 6
I
in
don't
the
want to do
morning.
the math to figure England right now.
Yep.
I'm just joking.
That's Zulu time. I don't want to think about it. I'm TJ with Adam and Irene. This has been Mayhem's Amigos for your Sunday night edition. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Please continue to spread the word, and we'll see you next time. Good
And if
night.
you're available, go help Pat 420 move.
Yeah, Bubba the Baker helps Matt 420 move.
Thanks for watching, everybody.